So I learned from them, and that empowered me to kind of do this link between future studies and peace and conflict studies, and I think those two naturally fit together.
Okay.
Well, I learned from excellent teachers. I've attended workshops by Professor Jochen Galtung, who is one of the founders of Future Studies, and also he's been practicing peace studies. He's in his 80s now. He's still going strong at Transcend University. So I went to his workshop, read his work. And then Professor Elise Balding, I read all her work. Unfortunately, I listened to her only once speak because she was already older, I think, than Professor Galtung. But I listened to her once in real life, met her, and then read almost all her work. So I learned from them, and that empowered me to kind of do this link between future studies and peace and conflict studies, and I think those two naturally fit together.
Okay.
Naturally fit together, because with futures thinking, we think in terms of alternatives, and then we think, okay, these are all the alternatives, which ones are more beneficial, more helpful, which ones are preferred futures, so we outlined a range of possible alternatives, but then try to focus, okay, these are the preferred ones, and then from that space do backcasting and think about how to get there. I mean, that's the method developed by Professor Elise Balding, who looked into World Without Weapons workshops, and she was the one influenced by the work of Fred Pollack to see that actually people, even those who are committed to having more peaceful societies, are struggling imagining the world without armies. So this notion that we cannot create something that we cannot imagine comes from there, and then imagining more peaceful ways of being, and then backcasting what needed to happen, remembering what has happened to be in that future.
Okay.
So that approach comes from her, and as I said, I read her work, and she described some of those processes, workshops she was running, started from there. And as I said, I attended Transcend workshops, so that was the base. And then, based on some other work I was doing, I kind of built on that, and then applied it in the situations that I was finding myself in.
Okay.